I've come to realize one thing is not only did Peggy change her life, but Peggy also changed the lives of almost everybody she comes in contact with. And so I had asked her if she would, is just why we take a short break before we go to the second half of the day, is to maybe relate a little bit about her story, is because by her own admission, she's not an elite athlete, but she's an elite person. And so would everybody please give Peggy a big, big hand.
I'm Scott Chenoweth, and as Bob said, I am not an athlete. I wasn't an athlete when I had both of my feet, and I'm certainly not an athlete now. I became an amputee in 2003, and I had a really difficult transition. I felt alone. I didn't know that any of these kind of events existed. The only other amputees I ever saw were in my pharmacist's office, and I never really socialized with them. I was the only young amputee that I knew, and I felt really, really alone. I thought that everything in my life, when I became an amputee, I thought was different. I didn't realize that I was the same person, that I was just using a prosthetic. Everything felt so foreign. I would wake up in the morning, and the first thing in my mind was, I'm an amputee now. I would do something and go to the mall, and I would be thinking that other people were staring at me because I'm using a prosthetic. I felt like a stranger in my own body, and it was a really scary experience to go through. So I coped the way that most people, I think, cope, and that's with Snicker bars and Oreos. And every time I felt sad, every time my friends went out and did something, I used the amputee excuse. I can't go on the trails with you because I didn't have one leg. Why are you asking me? And I ate a Snickers at home. I didn't realize that I was really being my biggest disability, not my foot. I wasn't doing things because I was afraid, and because I was afraid of not doing it the same way or of failing. So I just didn't do it. And then I woke up one morning and I looked at my little boy who was 1, and I kind of realized that I don't know how to different, but in that moment I realized there was nothing that I could do about my son having an amputee mom, but I didn't have to be the fat amputee mom for him, that I could be the best mom possible, and in order to do that, I needed to start changing my life. So I went down in the basement and pulled all of the dirty laundry off the top of my exercise bicycle, and I got on and I started to pedal. And I was an avid biker before I lost my leg, and a few years later, all I could do was 5 minutes, and I was sweating and huffing and puffing, and I felt like the biggest failure. I called my mom, and I was almost hysterical crying, and I said, I can't even ride the bike anymore. I'm going to be fat forever, I don't have my leg, and I can't even ride the bike. And she said, there's only a mom I think could get away with saying something like this. Honey, you're not huffing and puffing because you have one leg. You're huffing and puffing because you sat around and ate too many Snickers. You're fat and you're out of shape. So get back on tomorrow. So I thought about it, and I thought that and when she said that, I realized that I really was using my leg as my excuse to not live. So I got on the next day, and I rode 6 minutes, and I've been riding every day. I started running, and I did a 5K, and I finished, and thank you. But then I realized that I really don't like running. So I don't really, I did it because I didn't think I could do it, and I proved to myself that I could. So now when I don't do 5Ks, it's not because I'm afraid of doing it, it's because I found out that I don't like it. I much prefer running to keep up with my little boy. So instead of racing on a track and racing on a road race, we race to the mailbox and we play tag in the yard. And for me, that's my marathon. For me, I'm able to be the mom that I want to be. And I'll tell you, I may have one leg, but this one-legged mom keeps up with him at the park where a lot of other moms who have all of their limbs are sitting on their cell phones talking, texting, and chatting with the other moms. I'm the one playing tag with all
have one more session. Okay, I apologize to Peter.